I've been real lucky to have some really great offensive players, and I feel like I'm a real offensive-minded coach, and so you know, we just try to get kids opportunities to make plays, and you know, basically we're trying to allow them to show us what they got, and you know, when you have talented kids who can score, you know, they're always gonna, you know, the cream always rises to the top, you know, and stuff. So you know, we've been lucky, and he's just, you know, another great player in the line of great players that I've had. You know, starting my first year, Wyatt Pannebecker, and you know, we've had a pretty good run of Player of the Year in our conference. Wyatt Pannebecker, Dylan Pannebecker, Colin Achenbach. You know, Derek DeRocher was also an All-State guy, and you know, averaged near 20 a game. And then Darian last year, you know, was at 27.
I think it's just how we've been, you know, raised up, because we've all been playing against each other and always competitive. Like, been the youngest of them all, so they wouldn't hold anything back against me. I'd get beat 11-0 playing one-on-one, but you know, it's what can you do?
Made you better.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Clearly
right.
Made
so
you better.
I always thank those guys.
He's a hard-working kid. You know, he's in the gym. He's been in the weight room now. He's improved his athleticism, and he's a great shooter, and really not just a shooter but a scorer. And he's also grown a couple inches. He's probably about 6'2", 6'3" now.
I'm not afraid to shoot any shot. I'll pull from pretty deep sometimes, but I hear my mom in the stand sometimes. Whenever I shoot a really deep one, she'll be saying my name, Sarah. I'll put in the back of my head like, you know, calm down, and then we'll talk about it after the game. But I don't know. I like them all, you know.
I mean, I would just say he's just a pure scorer. You know, I mean, he can score from anywhere on the floor. He shoots it from deep. Sometimes I think he shoots it from 25 better than he shoots it from the three-point line. You know, so you know, he definitely, teams have to pick him up and guard him real close. Everybody always knows where he's at on the floor.
I heard from Colin and Dylan and Derek. They played selects a few years back, and they really enjoyed it. They had a lot of positive things to say about it, so I thought I'd give it a try. So I eventually did with that, and I think it was July 10th we went out for 20 days. Went to Seattle, played some tournaments, Anaheim played some tournaments, and then ended in Vegas. And that was a reality check playing with all those big-time players, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to try to do that again this summer.
I just like to say Sayre's a really great player, and I think the comparison is you know, I don't want him to have to try to live up to anybody. I want him to be himself. And again, luckily, you know, the same with the rest of the kids that we've had. You know, they've all been able to, you know, make their own way about who they are. I would rather hear people say, oh, that kid's like Sarah Patton, you know, or that kid's like Dylan Pannebecker, not necessarily my guys, you know, comparing them to them. So as good of the players as we've had, and as much as I care about them and love all those kids, I don't like comparing them to each other especially. So
I like to take bits and parts, like for example, I like to drive to the hole like Dylan, because he was extremely good at driving to the hole, but I like to try to, you know, like create passes like Colin Achenbach did. I try to take each bit of their game and try to make it my own.
So you're better than all of them combined, because you are all of
yeah.
them combined.
Yeah, don't tell me I said that, but yeah.